So once you finish highlighting all those AIs and AYs, we'll go read through it.
Okay. Are we timing me today?
No.
Okay. That's good.
What do you notice about that word?
It has double, like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the same.
Okay. Here we go.
Explain.
Look at it.
Paint.
Okay, so what can we do with that? So you got, yeah. So what's that first part?
Pay.
Okay, now cover up that part.
Payment.
Payment. That was one of the words we had in dictation.
Explain. Crown. I feel like it would divide right here.
Good. Yeah. Good. Why do you think it would divide right there? Because there's two what?
Consonants together. So
Yeah. What does AI say? AI says A.
Main. Maintain. Explain. Detail. Payment. Detail. Maintain. Crayon. Detail. Explain. Detail. Payment. Crayon. Explain. Maintain. Payment. Detail.
Good. Okay. So I like that you were putting your hand out. Now let's say it, and hopefully we can get through it without having to work through the accuracy and decoding of the words.
Explain. Payment. Explain. Crayon. Maintain. Explain. Detail. Payment. Detail. Maintain. Crayon. Detail. Explain. Detail. Payment. Crayon. Explain. Maintain. Payment. Detail.
Good. Let me hear you read that word again.
Maintain.
Okay. For some time when you were saying it, I wasn't quite hearing that end. So let's make sure we're saying maintain and not maintain. Okay. So making sure that we get that end in there. That was much better. Okay. I think we could do it one more time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Explain. Payment.
You can point.
Explain. Payment. Explain. Crayon. Maintain.
Thank you.
Explain. Detail. Payment. Detail. Maintain. Crayon. Detail. Explain. Detail. Payment. Crayon. Explain. Maintain. Payment. Detail.
Very good. Much better. Good job. Does it help when we take and highlight that concept that we're working on sometimes? I think it brings it to your attention so you really look for it. Okay, good. All right, let's take out your book, The Hayride, your decodable text. With your hand, let's put the claw clip away.
It's called that?
Yep, it's called a claw clip.
Why?
Because it looks like a claw. All right, let's focus.
Damn.
Okay, so we're reading The Hayride. Good.
It was,
Oh, I was gonna. You didn't let me start talking. You were just jumping. I love how you're jumping right into it. So you've read this several times, right?
Yeah.
We've practiced reading this, so that repeated reading. So I want to try doing some echo reading today. So I want you to listen to how I'm reading it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna put that away so it's not distracting you. I want you to listen to
Wait,
how
the whole entire thing?
Yep, I'm gonna read the whole page, and I want you to listen to how I read it, where I'm pausing. And we've talked last time about how where we put our intonation, where we
Like
put
we
the
pause,
expression.
we
Yep,
do
we're
a
gonna
little
pause right there.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have a tendency to like put expression where it doesn't need to be, and you're working so hard to add the expression, whereas I would much rather have you work on like reading it smoothly and accurately. Okay, smoothly and accurately. Okay, so I want you to listen. Are we following?
Yeah.
Good. It was Friday, and Javon was set to go to a pumpkin patch with his class for a hayride. He was going to school on the bus. There was a delay on the freeway, so he was late. By the time he got to school, his classmates were on the bus that would take them to the pumpkin patch.
It was Friday, and Javon was set to go to a pumpkin patch with his class for a hayride. He was going to school on the bus. There was a delay on the freeway, so he was late. By the time he got to school, his classmates were on the bus that would take them to the pumpkin patch.
Okay. So a little better. So you're reading it, and so you're getting to where you're reading it in phrases, in shorter phrases, but there's still some like extra pauses in there. So let's try choral reading that together. Ready?
Okay.
It was Friday, and Javon was set to go to a pumpkin patch with his class for a hayride. He was going to school on the bus. There was a delay on the freeway, so he was late. By the time he got to school, his classmates were on the bus that would take them to the pumpkin patch. Okay? A little bit faster, a little bit like not as much pausing. Okay? So why don't we try the choral reading together? Okay? I think that's going to work a little bit better. Ready?
Yeah.
When they got to the pumpkin patch, Javon and the rest of his class got off the bus. The first thing they saw was a tractor with a big buggy. There was a pile of hay bales in the buggy. "This is where you sit," said the man on the tractor. "Just sit on the hay. Do not lay down or play around." Ooh, let's try that again.
Why are you adding that man voice?
Well, is it a man?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we read, that's part of that intonation, okay, where we make the character sound like a character. Okay, so if it's a man, we want to have a man voice, right? Okay, ready? Let's try it again. When they got to the pumpkin patch, Javon and the rest of his class got off the bus. The first thing they saw was a tractor with a big buggy. Big what?
Buggy.
Buggy. There you go. Not a biggie. There was a pile of hay bales in the buggy. "This is where you will sit," said the man on the tractor. "Just sit on the hay. Do not lay down or play around." The kids got on the buggy and sat on the hay. The tractor began to pull the buggy. There were a lot of bumps on the path. The kids swayed with each bump.
The man on the tractor said,
"Hang on." They kept going until they came to a big pumpkin patch. All they could see were orange pumpkins all over the place. Let's do that one again because we're skipping words.
What? I'm not.
Yep. The man on the tractor said, "Hang on." They kept going until they came to a big pumpkin patch. All they could see were orange pumpkins all over the place. Ready?
Yeah.
The man on the tractor said, "You can take one pumpkin home." Javon said to his class, "Let us go get a pumpkin." They all got one to take home. They got back on the buggy and the tractor kept going down the path.
Like the girl with the space bumps, why does she look like she's trying to tell? Like it's like a you know those crystal balls, how they're trying to tell. That's weird.
I think she's just turning it around trying to check out the whole pumpkin. Don't you ever do that when you go to a pumpkin patch?
No.
No? You just pick the first one you see?
No.
Oh.
I look around.
Oh, okay. The man on the tractor made a... Let's start again. The man on the tractor made a stop and said, "Shh, look at the deer by the trees." The kids were all silent. The tractor began to go again, and the kids held their pumpkins as it went down
the patch.
Down the
path.
Thank you.
Stop talking. Why?
When they finished the ride, they got on the bus and went back to school. What a fun day for a hayride.
Questions?
Not right now. Okay, so we're going to move from fluency to vocabulary. So do we have any vocabulary in the books that we read? No, I don't think we had any new vocabulary that we wanted to use in the books.
Vocabulary. Yeah.
And there wasn't any new vocabulary in the other book. So why don't we do? We had some new vocabulary though in our syllable division. We often find new vocabulary here. So what was a word that maybe you would like to use for your vocabulary?
No.
So let's go through and read these again.
X.
Wait a minute. Is this? Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. This is that one.
X. No.
Yeah.
Because AI.
Yep. Nope, because we're doing AI. We just did this the other day.
Exceed, proceed.
Remember, I did a heart around the QU to remind
squeamish,
you. Good.
Domain.
Okay.
Proclaim. I don't know what domain means.
You don't know what domain means. So let's do domain. Let's learn the vocabulary word domain. Because you told me that. What did you say? Who gets squeamish?
Zoe.
And what does squeamish mean?
Scared easy.
Scared easily.
So if I just tap on their shoulder twice. Oh!
And we forgot to reread those.
Retain. Contain. Constellation.
That was a good guess, but you're looking at the beginning part and you're just guessing.
Constantly.
There we go. And you know what this means. So, domain. Did you write it?
Yeah, I wrote domain.
Okay. Okay, so here is a definition. An area of territory owned or controlled by a ruler or government. Okay, so like the United States would be our domain. That's our domain, right?
But
Or it could be a specified sphere of activity or knowledge. Like like language arts is a domain of understanding.
What do I do about this?
We just cross it out. So like it's a specified area or activity of knowledge, like your area of expertise. Like I have knowledge in the domain of language arts. It's an area that you have an interest in or an area of which a person has control over.
You have a control over teaching.
So sometimes the domain can be like land, because the government might have control over it, right?
Didn't you like say your Lily got you like something around your desk as a land, like a small patch of land?
Oh, Emily bought me land in Scotland. So
Yeah.
I have domain in Scotland, but it's very teeny tiny. I have no idea how big it's like. I can't remember how big it is, but yes,
You said around your
I have
desk.
domain, and it's probably, I'm guessing that's how big it is. I don't know. Someday I'll get to go see it. I can't remember what the measurement was. I think it was like a kilometer. So it might be a little bit bigger than that. It might be bigger than my desk. I thought it was a kilometer.
What if it's as big as this classroom?
Kilometer would be bigger than the classroom. It would be.
So you could make you can have builders build.
No, because you're not allowed to build on it. That's the whole point.
What?
Yes.
That's so dumb.
So nothing can be built on my domain, my land in Scotland. Because the reason they do that is, we're getting off task here. The reason they do that is because they want to make sure they keep the wilderness and the trees and the grass. They don't want people to build on it. And if lots of people own these little pieces of land, it can't be developed. Like you can't put shopping centers up. You can't build housing and stuff like that.
What if you just put a slide?
You can't put anything up. You can't build anything. That's why you keep it. All right, so
Miss Natalie has domain in Scotland.
All right, how about we use something that you can relate it to a little bit more?
I don't have domain.
Well, it doesn't have to be land. Remember, it could be an area of interest or an area you have control over.
You don't have.
What do you have an area of interest in? Dance?
I want to do it, but I also just want to stay home and watch TV.
Oh my goodness.
But I have dance today.
What about, so dance is, so could you put dance as like your domain?
Yeah, dance
is my domain.
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
I love domaining dance.
No, domain. It's so listen to what I say.
Wait, domain's a noun?
It's an area. Yes, it's an area of interest.
So I like domaining dance.
Okay, but domain. Can you domain something if it's a noun? No.
No,
because you're using it as a, right now when you say that, you're using it as a verb. Can domain be used as a verb?
Yeah.
No.
So how
it's
about
a noun,
this?
Charlotte?
How about this? Dance is my domain.
There you go. That would work. It's your area of interest.
A new sentence. Well, I liked my first one. Oh,
I'm looking for some other
wait,
examples.
I have a question.
Okay, so if
No,
you...
I have a question.
Okay, but wait a minute. What's supposed to go right here?
A capital.
No, what's supposed to go right here? Definition. Where's your sentence supposed to go?
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's focus on getting this completed.
Like, do the little thing.
Let's focus on what needs to be done. What needs to be done.
No, like the thing where you go be.
No, I want you to rewrite it and do it correctly. And let's stretch out and dance. Ns. Okay, what do we hear at the end of ns? What's going to make that sound?
S.
No.
Yeah, no, because this is.
What letter can say
C.
And then what are we going to put after that?
An E.
Why do we put the E?
Because, gentle Cindy.
Yes, because the C is making a soft sound. Okay, now, then you need to check cups on that.
Ugh, cups. Hey, what happened to my period?
So here are some other examples of sentences. So the kitchen is my wife's domain. She doesn't like me going into it.
That is, wait, is that you?
This problem is outside the domain of medical science. The information is power. The information domain is the future battlefield. So like you could say like, my bedroom is my domain. Lily is not allowed into it. That would be an
We
example
share
too.
one.
Oh.
That's the thing. Oh, my mom's bedroom is her domain. I'm not allowed to go in it.
Yes.
But I still go
So
in
it's
it.
only her area, right?
Well, we do kind of keep the laundry baskets in there, so I kind
Would
of
you
have to
say
go
reading
in
and writing is Mrs. Nagley's domain? It's her area of interest and knowledge.
Yeah, Miss Nagley's room is. Wait, do you have like a little area for your reading?
I have an office.
Miss Nagley's office is her domain.
It's where she does her work.
Yeah.
In private.
And she doesn't like anybody going in there.
That's right, without any interruptions.
But what if?
Okay, so what is our definition? How can we put this in a word?
Domain.
So remember, it has a couple different things. It's an
Me and Lily's bedroom is our domain.
Well, you're making a sentence. I was just giving you examples of sentences. But we want to do the definition. Remember, the definition is an area of
someone's.
So your sentence says dance is your domain. So that means it's your area of
Fun.
Not fun. It's your area of
interest.
So that's the definition that you're using.
So domain means interest.
Domain is an area of interest.
What area?
Because it's like it's a piece, like an area.
A piece of my entrance.
I'm just going to use area.
Huh?
Domain. Your word's right there.
Where? I'm trying to. I see it. Domain. Interest.
Okay, does it say interest? So listen to that. So so you have domain, isn't there? Let's listen to that. Interest. In. Okay. Tur. Okay. Est. Est. So what do we see what should we see here? Est. There we go. Okay, can you draw a picture that represents dance as your domain of interest?
That's too hard.
You can draw a picture of yourself dancing with Lily.
No, I don't want to.